Okay, today I'm going to show you a few suggestions for dollar cube sticker mods that you can do to make your crappy dollar store cubes more interesting. Now, I bought a few dollar store cubes a few months ago from Dollar Tree, and they're not actually as bad as people say they are. I mean, sure, they're not good. You're not going to be able to speed cube with them, but comparing them to like a Rubik's 4x4, which clicks all the time and pieces come out of alignment, it's not actually that bad. So, but again, if you're going to buy a 3x3, you should probably buy a Diane or something like that. But you can do some interesting things with them since they're so cheap. You can buy a lot of them and do some mods. Now, the first mod I have is what I call the family cube. It has a picture of everybody from my family on it, which you can see my dad, my brother, my mom, and myself, and my cat. You can't see her too well. And then it says the Harkins cube on the last face, which is our family name. Now, the interesting thing about this cube, I don't really solve it too much, but you can move it around and then you get some really weird faces. So you could do this with your own family, and it actually looks pretty funny, especially if you know the people. So again, I never really speed solve this cube, but it's fun to have around. And yeah, the way I made it was just take a picture of everybody and then surround them in color in Photoshop. I made the colors just to make it easier to solve, because the point of it was not to make it a challenge, it was just to have a fun cube. Okay, now my other cube I have right now is what's called a Reuben King cube, which is right here. You can buy these on the internet, but I wanted to make my own because it's cheaper. I'm not really going to be speed solving this, and I want to make my own color scheme. Now, I don't know what the ones on the internet have, but I'm pretty sure they don't have my color scheme. I actually put on gray, purple, blue, and light blue, although you can't see the contrast too well in the video. But I want to make my own color scheme because I wanted something different. One day I noticed that pretty much all of my puzzles have red, green, and yellow, and blue, so I wanted to make a different kind of color scheme. Although I did actually have blue on there, but still. Anyway, so basically this cube is just, when solved, looks like this, so that you can have a triangle centered at one corner for each of the four colors. Now, there are some aspects of this cube that make it easier in a way, but also harder. The corners, some of them don't have to be oriented, although the ones where three different colors meet do have to be oriented, but the colors where the corners where the color is centered do not have to be oriented, and none of the edges have to be oriented. However, the centers do, so it's like a super cube in that. However, some of the corners orientation will actually mess you up, because if it looks like it's done, the corners orientation can mess you up. This might look like it is solved, but if these two are also solved, it might look like, or if these two are solved and this one, but not this one, it will look like a case that you normally would not get on a 3x3 because three corners are solved. What you have to treat it like is that this is the only one solved, because if the cube rotates these two corners, it doesn't matter. And that's how you can solve it. But again, this is not a solve video, this is just a showcase of a mod that I wanted to make a dollar store cube more interesting. Thanks for watching.